First of all, I just say that our staff and everybody here at App did an awesome job of recruiting these student athletes. It's obviously a tremendous task that we had placed in front of us, to get our numbers up towards the 85 number of scholarships that we have to have headed into the FBS. But they did an outstanding job with that, battling a lot of bigger schools, schools that we got to play against in this conference, schools in our state. But we did an outstanding job, I thought, staff and just everybody on campus as well. When we bring kids to campus, I think it sells itself when they get here. Obviously, a wide receiver was a big need for us that we needed in order to get some players at that position to help, after losing what we lost last year with the big-time production from those players. I think we also bringing in 5 guys midterm will help. Those guys are able to go through our winter conditioning right now and go through spring practice. And then obviously 22 more that'll be going through when they get here in the summertime. But we pretty much predominantly stuck in the southeast. We have players from Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. You lose some and you win some, but for the most part, what we had in this class right here is what we wanted. At the end of the day, I want guys that want to be here 100%. To me, if you're wavering whether or not, hey, I'm 80%, I want to come to that, well, no, I don't want you here. To have to sign this many guys, that's extremely challenging. To find that many quality guys that want you and you want them, and that's a battle. And then obviously in this conference that we're playing in now, in the Sun Belt, so many of these schools, obviously we're recruiting the same kids. We're going to be playing teams they're obviously taller, bigger. I think that's probably been the biggest difference between an App State and whenever we step out of conference and play your FBS caliber team in the past is the length factor. Those guys can still run, but they're obviously taller and longer. And so we did try to address that a little bit as well. Offensive line and some of our D-line that we got, I think, are some of our linebackers, actually. Outside backers are better sized. I mean, so you do want to get a little bit bigger, taller kid so you can hold up. High school guys that are playing football, they dream to play at, obviously, the highest level they can possibly play at. And certainly the FBS is where they want to be. They want to be at a Division I caliber team. Every single head coach in the country is going to sit here today in a press conference and say they had a great class. Well, the reality of it is there's going to be a few guys on here that when they get here, they're not exactly what you thought they were. The thing you try to do is build a relationship with these players and their coaches and find as much as you can out about these players and it fits your needs for what you want to do in your program. And then when it all comes down to the end of it, then that's what you get. And these are the 27 guys that was a good fit for us. They liked our program, we liked them, and they got good grades and all those things that factor into signing a good class. Certainly some of these guys right here obviously are going to have a chance to play for us right away, and I think wide receiver is one spot. Potentially somebody in the secondary that's here could potentially play right away as well. You look at a couple of the safeties that we have here, 3 safeties that we signed, and then 2 corners. I would dare say there'd be 2 to 3 guys on that would be on that plane to Michigan in that secondary role right there as well. Basically, as you look at it, the skill guys will be the ones that could have a chance to play right away. I mean, also at running back, these running backs would have a chance to play as well. So, I throw them in the category with skill. The skill guys, usually O-line, D-line, take a little bit longer to develop. They got to get a little bit stronger, a little bit, maturity about them because they're battling in the trenches. But the skill guys can come in right away and have an opportunity to have an impact. We tell these guys, all of them in their mindsets, to come in here and as if they're coming in and playing right away. We want them to have that mindset to come in and compete right off the bat, and then we'll make the decision early in the season whether or not they'll redshirt. There's a lot of talented players in the state of North Carolina, especially in that Charlotte area and in the surroundings. But again, that's a heavily recruited area. There's a lot of teams battling for players within that area, and those are kids that we have to get each and every year. And we're going to be in there. I mean, we're going to battle with those guys and get the ones that want to be at App State.